Hey guys, in this video I would like to walk through the rules for sending messages. We now know the difference between sequences and broadcasts, and now I want to make sure that we all know the rules for sending messages. On one hand, to make sure that all the people in our messenger and chatbot have great user experience, but on the other hand also to protect our Facebook page and our chatbot and our messenger from being blocked by or shut down by Facebook. So please make sure you understand these rules perfectly, and if not, please leave a comment below and I'll be very happy to answer anything which is unclear. So let's check out the main rules now. The first, and I'm sure you've heard of this, is the 24+1 rule. And before we go into it, I also want you to realize that not only we split the messages between sequences and broadcasts, but we also split them between non-promotional and promotional messages. And promotional messages are all the messages which have something to do with your digital program or whatever you are selling coaching. So anything where you take people to your sales page, or you talk about your digital program, or you offer your coupon codes or bonuses or anything like that is totally promotional. On the other hand, when you send your content, your tips, your podcasts link, your YouTube links, etc., that's a non-promotional message. So when we have a look at the non-promotional messages, it depends whether you are sending them through a sequence or through a broadcast. Now, if you send them through a sequence and it's a pure non-promotional message, you can send that anytime you want. When it comes to broadcasts, and we know the difference now, yeah, because you watched the previous video. So with the broadcasts, there are special rules, and I'm going to make a special video for that, so I'm not going to go into it now. So non-promotional messages in sequences anytime you want, broadcasts, special rules. Now, when we get to promotional messages, then this 24-hour window is opening for us. So promotional messages can only be sent within 24-hour window after a person interacted with your bot. Now, how do you know that? Well, you're going to set a condition in Manychat where you're going to say, did the person interact within 24 hours? Yes, no. If yes, you're going to send them the promotional message. If no, then you still have one more chance, and that's the +1 rule. And it's also called follow-up message. You still have one more chance to send your promotional message. So again, promotional message 24 hours after somebody interacted with your bot. If they didn't interact, you still have one more chance to send your promotional message. There is no time limit to when you can send that follow-up message, so that could be 1 week later, 2 weeks later, etc. But you just want to make sure, or have to make sure, that it's just one message. The follow-up message is just one chance. So these are the 3 types of messages you can send, and the 24+1 rule you need to really make sure that your chatbot is complying with. If you have any questions regarding this, please let me know. I'll be very happy to answer your questions. The next rule is don't spam. So you don't really want to be a spammy pammy, and all these rules which are Facebook putting together is basically not only for them to earn more money on advertising, which is of course their main reason why they changed all that, but also they are protecting the environment in Messenger so it doesn't become the next email. So how you make sure that you don't spam? Well, first of all, you're going to use so-called permission-based marketing. So every time you're going to send your content, your tips, etc., you're going to ask a question first. So for example, you're going to say, I've got these great tips which will help you to blah, blah, blah. Would you like to, can I send it to you every week or twice a week? Yes or no. If people say yes, of course you're going to send it. If not, well then probably going to ask if they want to even be on your subscriber list. So make sure that you tell always people ahead how often you're going to subscribe, you're going to message them, and also ask for the permission to send these messages. And of course, the once a week is not a rigid rule. It's like an industry norm. If you want to send twice a week, that's fine. If you want to send a message once a fortnight, that's totally fine as well. Sometimes you want to actually send messages every single day. That could be, for example, in a case of a challenge where people signed up for your 5-day, 7-day challenge. Are you going to send them a video or something, a training every single day? Then, of course, they expect that message from you, so they're not going to report you as a spam. So always make sure that the frequency is tying up to actually what is happening with your messages. So that's the second rule, don't spam. And the last rule is allow unsubscribe. You really want to make sure that you only have people on your list when they want to be there. There's absolutely no point of growing your list and just not making sure that people want to be there. First of all, it's going to cost you money because the more people you have, the more money you pay to Manychat. But also when it gets to broadcast, and you'll see later, at some instances you might need to actually send them sponsored messages, which cost money. So you really don't want everyone on your list and their family, because you really want to make sure only people who are interested in your product, in your content, are on your list. How are you going to do that? In every single message you're going to put PS, which will say, if you want to unsubscribe, please type stop. Or if you don't want to hear from me again, please type stop. If you don't want to get any more helpful tips, please type stop. Whatever the wording, it doesn't really matter. The most important thing is the word stop, because that's a keyword which is automatically in your Manychat account done as a keyword, which will then unsubscribe your person. So PS, please type stop, will make sure that people are not going to be reporting your chatbot, your messenger, and your block rate will be 0 or 1%, which is totally acceptable. Up to 2% is acceptable. After that, Facebook is really going to look into your account, and the risk that you might be shut down is quite big. So I know there are a lot of rules. It seems like it's very, you have to think about all these things, but just take it in a positive, from a positive point of view, that Messenger is going to be an environment where we're not going to get spam, where people will be actually happy to get your messages. So I'm quite happy that all these rules exist, and please try to adhere to them, follow them, comply with them, because it's going to make your people happy and your block rate goes down or is non-existent. So I hope this is going to this was helpful. If yes, please subscribe to my channel and hit that bell button so you get notification every time I have a new video, and also finish watching the series of these videos where I'm going to talk about more about broadcasts and sequences as well. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you soon.